70-year-old grandmammy in Toyando who saved her whole life. All her money gone. And who's next, you ask? Welcome to Margins and Madness. My name is Ria. And honestly, I love you so much for being here. I do these videos because 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 I go cuckoo and I can't leave a story alone until it makes sense. So today, let me tell you what I found. Okay, let's get serious. My sweet Bengi darling, today we're in Venderland, Limpopo, South Africa. We're looking at what happened to VBS Mutual Bank. Now listen, my sweet Bengi darling. VBS, Vendor Building Society, was built in 1982 specifically for poor, rural Black South Africans. These are the people that the bank said, no, not you. You don't have enough for me to chow in interest rate, so go away from here with your poor bum. No, seriously. I mean, this is a bank for the sweetest people, for pensioners, farmers, hustlers, literally anyone with a heart of gold, because they didn't fit the corporate stooge market target. VBS looked at the same people and said, come to me, wena standwa. We belong together, baby. I see you. I got you, my sweet sugar plums. And for decades, it actually did exactly that. Nothing glamorous or flashy, just a humble little bank that served people who had nobody else serving them. And then, a man named Chifiwa Matodzi became chairman in 2017. You know, Chifiwa, his name means gift, but this was not a gift. It was more like he came there with all the 10 plagues in Egypt of the Bible, ne? And he poured that stuff into your pockets. Yeah, my sweet Bengi darling, this man did not come to build. He came to chow. And he ate like he had never seen food before in his life. This is like, I'm talking the full-blown my 600-pound life vibes. The man left no crumbs. And here's how he actually did it. There's a part that makes me go a little bit hlanyale, a little bit cuckoo. Oof. Imagine, you work at a till and you open the register. You type in that a customer paid 5,000 rand, but no customer ever came. You just typed it in. Then you take that 5,000 out of the register and you put it in your pocket. Did you hear what I said? And that's exactly what they did. Except instead of 5,000, it was billions. And instead of a till, it was the whole bank. He and his crew created fake deposits, meaning they opened the banking system, typed in money that did not exist, made it look like real deposits came in, and then immediately moved that money into their own accounts and companies. I can feel my banking side getting a little bit hot. This man invented money like a god. Even King Charles in England cannot do this. This man just conjured up billions of rand out of absolute thin air and said, yeah, this is mine now. And over 2 billion is gone. What really gets me deep in my chest is that he said it himself. In his own confession, he sat there and he said, I prioritized my own payment plans over the legitimate needs of VBS clients. That is the most scallum sentence ever constructed in the history of South African knowledge. The man knew. He knew exactly whose money it was. He knew exactly who needed it. He looked at the pensioners and the farmers and thought, when I'm done chowing my fake money, I will chow yours next. My sweet weirdo, I cannot. But wait, because it is never just one guy, and I do not know why we keep being surprised by this. You want to know about the CEO? He's in on it. And the CFO? He eventually turned state witness, but he was in on it. The auditor from KPMG, the one person whose entire job was to catch exactly this nonsense, guess what? In on it. Municipal officials were depositing your raids and taxes. The money meant for your roads and your clinics illegally into VBS and getting kickbacks to do it. Senior political figures were allegedly paid to keep quiet while the looting just continued. And every single person who was supposed to stop it was on the payroll. Every single one of them. And who actually lost everything? Not the politicians, not the businessmen, not one single person in that boardroom. It was a 70-year-old grandmammy in Toyando who saved her whole life. All her money gone. And who's next, you ask? Municipal workers, your policemen, your traffic guys, all those guys were just sitting there watching their pension funds disappear overnight like it was absolutely nothing. When VBS collapsed in 2018, the Reserve Bank had to step in. But for so many of those ordinary depositors, my pengy darling, the money was simply gone. Just like that. Can you imagine the heart palpitations you're feeling in this time? I would be sweating in places I never sweated in. Phew! Let's breathe together, my shiny love. Here is the part that made me feel slightly better about being alive on this earth. Matodzi was sentenced to 495 years in prison. Across 33 counts, fraud, theft, corruption, money laundering, racketeering, he will probably serve around 15 years in practice and maybe less on parole. But my pengy darlings, he pleaded guilty. He is behind bars. The CEO, the CFO, the KPMG auditor, they all got multiple convictions. Over 35 people were arrested, and the hawks are still going, and more cases are still being billed as we speak. Is this enough? No. Is he in jail though? Yes. And it's not enough because the money is still missing and the rightful owners are still struggling and suffering. Now, this is the part I need you to actually hear because it is so much bigger than VBS. The lesson here. And I say this as somebody who understands deeply what it feels like when there's nobody checking the person with all the power. The lesson is this. Power without accountability is the most dangerous thing that exists anywhere, in any organization, in any institution, in any situation where the person controls everything and answers to absolutely nobody. These men controlled the money, the board, the auditors, the narrative, the politicians. There was not a single person above him with integrity to say, "Hi, Bo, what are you doing here?" Nobody watching, nobody checking, no one brave enough to say something is wrong. And what happens when nobody's watching the person at the top? They steal every time without fail. Not because all people are evil, but because unchecked power does something to a person. It always has and it always will. Those boring things that feel like pointless admin, the audits, the board oversight, the regulations, they exist for one reason only, to protect the ordinary person, to protect grandmammy, to protect you. So before you trust any institution with your money, your bank, your stock file, your pension fund, your investment account, ask one question. Who is watching the people at the top? Who holds them accountable when they go wrong? And if the answer is nobody, my pengy darlings, suka wena. Run, hawa, ngeke. VBS was supposed to be the symbol of what we could build for ourselves and our communities. Instead, it became proof of what greed does when it answers to nobody. But we keep talking about it because the only way it never happens again is if we understand exactly how it happened in the first place. Tell me what you think about all this, my sweet pengy darling. This is what we do here at Margins and Madness. Giyahlanya, diyapenga, and now you can too. You're welcome. Thank you for watching, my sweet pengy darling. Don't forget to be kind, be a little bit weird, The world needs you just like that. Hit like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Love you.